This is CityCast Pittsburgh. I'm Megan Harris, and here's what Pittsburgh's talking about. It's January. Happy New Year, Yins. And that means it's time for our guide to January.
Happy 2026.
I am still tired from 2025, but yes, Happy New Year.
Joining me today is our executive producer, Mallory Falk. Hello, Mallory.
Hello.
Bringing the energy. And our producer, Sophia Lowe, still needs a little rest and relaxation, it sounds like.
A little bit, but good morning. I am still excited to be here.
New year, new start to the show. We have a new way of opening up our podcast now.
New year, new sound.
So if you have not joined us before, first of all, welcome. Happy New Year. We are going to be talking about all the cool things that we are excited to try here in Pittsburgh this month. CityCast Pittsburgh is, of course, a daily podcast. We have a newsletter. We talk about all kinds of things.
Yes, and we do these one-off guides like this one where we focus on the experiences, food and drinks, and really fun one-off events that we're super excited for this month.
And if you need even more recommendations for what to do in January after you listen to this, make sure to check out our newsletter because there's a ton more recommendations in there. You can sign up for that and read more at pittsburgh.citycast.fm. We've got so much to do to kick off 2026.
So what are y'all excited to do this month?
I want to play a lot of pinball. I've been starting to see more and more machines pop up at bars and stuff.
I have too. I was just telling a friend, I don't know what that is. Like, I love
don't
it,
know
though.
either.
I like the retro feel of it.
I like it because I also like shiny lights and colors. I love video games. So this feels like I'm getting all the dopamine without looking at the screen. So that's really great for me.
Yeah, it seems like this is part of this trend of people just wanting more to be like engaged with more physical objects and activities and not just like glued to their phones all of the time.
I think it also, like, even when they're out of order, like, it makes me feel seen. Like, because it's, like, shiny and flashy and still looks like it's working, but, like, isn't. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, that's my brain too, bud. I get you.
Megan is an out-of-commission pinball machine.
Some days.
I feel that. I like that comparison. But I've recently found out about this place called Pittsburgh Pinball Dojo. So this is in Bellevue, and this is all pinball machines. So not at a bar. This is really just the focus of the little store. And they have open play hours. So you just pay a $15 admission fee, and you can go check out all of the games. And they also can book out for events if you want to gather all your friends and play a bunch of pinball. I also found out there's a pinball room at the back of D's Six Packs, the hot dog place in Regent Square. Did not know that. So I don't know. Maybe if somebody tries to get me to go to a Steelers game or something or watch one, I can suggest that so they can, do the sports bar of it all and I can be in the back with my little shiny lights.
There's also a museum in Westview, I think, so super close to Bellevue if you're in the neighborhood already. It's a pinball museum. I think it's called Pinball Perfection now. The name has changed a couple of times.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's new to me.
There's that one. I also stumbled into one, I guess it's a pinball room and a place where you can do other things, but it was called Three Rivers Karting in Leetsdale. Somebody I know had their birthday party there, but there's a whole bar. You can do adult go-karts, axe throwing.
Honestly, once you said karting, I kind of was like, forget pinball. Let me drive fast.
It was a blast. I had such a good time over there. I was second in both of my heats, which is good. I needed to be kept in check. Like if I had gotten first, it would have been too much for my ego.
Well, and I know Vellum Fermentation over on the south side also has kind of like a over pinball room with a really impressive mural of Mac Miller, watching over you as you play. So that's another nice spot. They host all kinds of great events. It's a really nice spot. I checked out a market there and then thought about playing pinball. I feel like paying is always the barrier for entry for me, even though it is not a lot of money. But so I like this $15 gets you.
Mallory.
I know.
Or you pay and they give you tokens, which sometimes does not actually equal quarters. It depends on the place.
Well, that's why I'm really excited about the Pinball Dojo, just because it's pay once and I can stick around as long as I want. But I personally will be carrying around dollar bills and quarters now, so I don't keep having to go up to the bartenders more, please. And they're like, why are you back here?
I like that carrying around singles is a thing you're looking forward to doing in 2026.
Small little resolutions, right?
Honestly. Mallory, what about you?
So my New Year's resolution is to pick back up the banjo. I started taking lessons a few years ago and kind of dropped it, but I really would like to play. Like, I went through all the trouble of ordering a banjo on eBay. Might as well put it to use.
It looks really nice on your wall, at the very least, though. So
it's beautiful art, even if you're not playing it.
I support you playing it too, but I just want to know I admire it nonetheless.
That's true. If nothing else, it's decorative. But, I would like to strum the old banjo every once in a while. And so for anyone else who's got this resolution of learning an instrument or improving at an instrument, one place I would recommend here in Pittsburgh is the Calliope School of Folk Music. That's where I took some banjo lessons last year. They have lessons in all kinds of folk instruments like fiddle, mandolin, and it's a great way to learn in community and pick up a new hobby. And my personal goal is to get good enough at banjo that I could perform at the Elks Lodge, but that's
Absolutely
probably
not.
like 15 years down the road.
That's too high a bar.
I support it. I like a lofty goal.
Yes, I believe in you, Mallory. I just think perhaps like even maybe a more attainable 2026 goal could be to go to the Elks Lodge to enjoy the ambiance and be able to like tell what they're doing on stage. I'm just saying like a short range goal.
To be clear, Elks Lodge is not my 2026 goal. It's like my long-term,
the stretch goal. Yeah.
By retirement age, maybe.
If you're not familiar, the Allegheny Elks Lodge on the north side, they have a banjo club that performs for the public every Wednesday night. You can go down and check them out. Anyone can go. It's like the one time of the week that they have non-member nights. So it's great. It's such a good time. I want to go ice skating in January. I feel like I've talked about that like piecemeal a little bit here and there. But there's so many awesome places around here. Like Shenley Park, for example, has like a family skate night that they do every Thursday, which is cool.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, typically like $6 for adults. They have rates for seniors and veterans, for youth. Skate rentals are really affordable at like $3 a pop or something like that. And it's such a nice way to do it in a casual setting because, I mean, we're a hockey town and we have colder weather. So there are places to do it all over, but it can get really expensive.
And Shenley also just has a really nice sort of old school feel. This is in February, but I always like going to their Valentine's Day skate where you get like a rose and a chocolate, and it just feels like you're stepping into another time, another era. But for January, I'm definitely going to be there because January 24th is their annual mascot skate where all kinds of mascots come out on the ice.
The pierogies I hope the pierogies are
I like
there.
the Alcosan fish.
Yeah, and I don't know. I have not yet seen like a full list of who's going to be there. I don't know if that's something they release in advance, but it's guaranteed to be a really fun time.
Yeah, I would shout out a couple others. North and South Park both do it. The North Park skating rink run by Allegheny County is also usually pretty economical, opening a little late, but will be available for most of the month of January. There's also some like mid-range options like the Ice Castle Arena, a little bit more expensive, but indoors. They do like Friday night sessions where it's
Ice Castle sounds fancy.
Isn't it fun? Where it's like $15, I think, for the Friday night sessions. Mount Lebanon has one, their own ice center, and they do like weekday public sessions. And then, I mean, I think the most expensive one I've priced out is the UPMC one, the Lemieux Sports Complex. That's like part of the Penguins practice facilities. It's pretty up there, but it's also so nice. And depending on when you go, you can see like semi-professional or just straight up professional hockey players do their thing. So if you time your skates right, then you can also neb nose while you're there. So it just depends on what is like on your bingo card, you know?
Why am I not surprised that the UPMC branded rink is the most expensive one?
Yeah, I mean, it's also the Pens. It's also the Penguins.
Fair.
Definitely, if any of these interest you, maybe we'll do an article about this. I feel like there's a lot to talk about. Check each rink's schedule because the public skate sessions change day to day based on holidays, based on months. And you want to bring extra socks and layers because especially the indoor ones, like you think it's going to be warmer. It is not. You're still going to be real cold. So just pack accordingly. Now we're going to talk about food and drink recommendations here in January. What are y'all looking forward to eating?
I am excited to either try for the first time or revisit some specialty bakeries around our region because a warm pastry is perfect for a cold winter day. One that I recently learned about is Pão Nosso. Apologies, I'm sure I'm butchering that, but this is a Brazilian bakery that seems pretty new. Like their first post on Instagram is from late October. They are based in Moon, but they only do deliveries. They deliver a ton of different places. So you order the pastries you'd like, they bring them to you, and you know this spot is legit because their Instagram is entirely in Portuguese.
Oh, wow. That's useful for your household, Mallory, and not much else.
Google Translate.
Yeah, Google Translate. If you want to peruse and get some details, send us an email and I'll have my in-house translator get back to you.
Honestly.
But they've got all kinds of Brazilian treats like pastry that's filled with guava, cheese bread. There's this sort of traditional chocolate truffle called brigadeiro. Again, apologies for butchering that, but they make a cake version of it. So it all just sounds really delicious and I'm excited to place my first order.
That's amazing. And should be a lesson to everyone out there. Like, don't be afraid. Just put up the Instagram in whatever language you know best. And the rest of us will find you because we love a delicious treat.
Yeah, so that one sounds great. I've been hearing great things for several years now about Panaderia Jasmine, a Mexican bakery in Mount Lebanon. So I want to finally make it out there.
You haven't been?
I have not been. I've been like at events where somebody's brought like a box of pastries from there, but I want to go myself. And I'm especially excited to try the cocodrilo, which is a chocolate-filled pastry that's supposed to resemble crocodile scales, like just for the cuteness factor. That sounds great. And then I'm excited to go back to Jack's, which is the Bulgarian bakery in Bloomfield. That is just really, really delicious. One of my favorite things I've ordered there is the semolina cake with a citrusy syrup and pistachio topping, like all my favorite flavors packed into one. So I'm just going to be like carbo loading with a bunch of sweet treats all throughout January.
That sounds incredible.
I also will put in a plug for Jack's savory pastries. They are also super, super delicious. I'm usually a sweet person, but I think I actually like their savory pastries better. They have this like little bread with, I think, sun-dried tomatoes and olives that is just so, so yummy.
Ooh, yes, I've had that. Can also recommend.
I haven't ever had Jack's, so I'm ashamed of both of you for never bringing it to the company function.
It's because I'm eating it too fast. Oopsies.
Sophia, what about you?
Yeah, I'll bring it more to savory since I sort of led us in that direction. I am considering learning to grow my own mushrooms.
Whoa, so not even something you can buy, just like you're going to do the thing yourself.
Maybe, because I'm scared of foraging. Like we had Espo Wilcox, founder of PA Mushroom Company, talk about foraging. Obviously not the season in the winter anyway, but I am very scared of being poisoned. But he, runs the PA Mushroom Company, like I said. They have grow kits, so I might check out one of those. Grow Pittsburgh's also hosting a class on how to grow mushrooms indoors. That class is on January 17th at their Urban Farm and Nursery, and you also get to take home like a little oyster mushroom grow kit. So those are supposed to be pretty easy. I think you just like spray water on them and that kind of thing. Maybe keep them in a dark place.
Sophia's got more to learn from the class. I can see that right now.
Yeah. That's why it's learning first. I got to go to one of these classes. And we've also interviewed Jordan and Sylvan of Homegrown Hand Gathered. They do this whole living off the land thing, super big on YouTube and TikTok. They also offer gardening and foraging courses. So not mushroom exclusive, but there's some mushroom info in there. And I don't know, I'm just thinking about how nice it'd be to just have mushrooms that I can throw into like a pasta or a soup, stew, all that kind of good stuff.
I love the aspirational and accessible nature of foraging, but it does terrify me a bit. Like, I don't trust my own memory enough to not die, like if I wanted to try to actually eat the thing. But there's so many amazing people who get it. They know what to look for and how to find it.
I'm also afraid of just getting lost in the woods because I also don't want to eat something like right off the trail either where a dog could have peed on it.
I mean, that's the risk you run. Even if it's not a dog, if you're way in the middle of the woods, like a squirrel could have peed on it. And maybe that's why it grew. I don't know how this works.
I mean, dogs are also peeing on people's like front stoop herb gardens. So I don't know that that's a problem that's exclusive to being in the woods.
Well, I have raised beds, so it's not a problem for me.
So only bunnies are peeing on your vegetables. I am going to be honest. I am so lacking in inspiration this month. I feel like my body, my brain, like celebrates the new year, like marks it in the spring, not in the depths of winter like we are right now. But I love a thrifty option, so I will throw out a couple things. Number one, Restaurant Week is coming. I have mixed feelings about it, but it is a nice way to try a whole lot of food for a limited amount of money. So that's January 12th through 18th. There's a big old list of restaurants. As we're recording this, not a ton of them have details on there, but they pop quicker as you're coming up to those dates. So look for those. The theme is new dishes for the new year. And then, of course, it is dry January. So if you are interested in that, there's a couple of great organizations. The Teetotal Initiative does events without alcohol. So they're really fun to plug into if you want to get away from that, but you still want to be in community. There's also like Mod Mondays at Two Phrase, which can be really, really fun. I have had a couple of sips of some of their NA stuff, but not a ton. But everyone I know talks about how Two Phrase has like really changed the game for NA beer here locally.
I can validate that. When I was pregnant, that was like my go-to spot to get NA beer. I thought they did such an excellent job. And I'll be out there with people who are just like, I don't really want to have a headache in the morning. I'm just going to go ahead and get their NA beer, even if they're not like practicing dry January or whatever. So yeah, I will definitely put in a plug for them.
And then some other organizations like PA Market, for example, is doing things like mocktail classes. There's one coming up on January 8th. So lots of ways to participate. And don't sleep on the open road either. They've got a great new space in the East End, and they always know what's up in NA spaces and trendy stuff to get. Such an amazing resource here in our town.
Yeah, a great non-alcoholic bottle shop that always has tons of variety.
And last up, some fun events to mark your January calendar for. So where are we going to be? Where are you going?
So on January 10th, the Carnegie Art Museum is doing like this thing where you can claim a piece of crochet coral.
What do you mean claim?
So there's this exhibit that's been there for, I think, about 3 years now. It's called the Pittsburgh Satellite Reef, and it is like over 1,000 or about 1,000 pieces of coral. So it's all fiber arts. It's also beautiful and colorful. And I guess at the end of the exhibit, they're giving those pieces away, which I think is so super cool. So the first batch of pieces do go to people who participated, and I'm assuming made something for this exhibit. But they're going to be giving out mystery bags later in the afternoon for the general public. So it's like a little surprise coral, and that is just so much fun to me. So this is totally free. No museum admission is needed for this. So if you did participate in this and want to grab a little plush, that's from 10 a.m. to noon. And then from noon to 2 p.m. is the general public. That's when I'll be there. I cannot wait to rip my mystery bag open.
Sophia, I am shocked that you are sharing this on mic because I'm just thinking about like how many people are going to show up. I have to imagine there's not going to be a coral for every person. So I personally would have kept this one to myself, but I appreciate you sharing it because now I'm going to be there too.
Sophia did not gatekeep this one.
This is me just trying to get good karma in the new year. Plus, I didn't participate, and like I fully expect the project participants to be going and snapping those up, rightfully so, since they put in the work. I'm just crossing my fingers, general public, maybe other people, if we want to like swap pieces from the mystery bags.
I don't think this one is on my personal bingo card, but like if I were there, like there are absolutely pieces I would want. Like some of these are so pretty and intricate. I mean, they're all gorgeous, but like the way they're all shoved together. Wow, this is even more impressive when you get to see it through like these, like the photos on their website are so close up in a way that I don't feel like I've gotten to like experience it, like the full expression of it in person.
Yeah, it's all behind glass and stuff, obviously. So
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, at a distance, like so that no jag like me comes up and tries to touch the pretty colors. Like I get it.
What else is on your lists?
Well, I'm going to shout out Martin Luther King Day coming up on January 19th. I know it's a bank holiday. Most folks are off. Schools are off. But if you're looking for a way to mark the occasion, the local chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha always does a scholarship brunch. This year, it's going to be on the north side at the Priory Hotel. I know the president of this organization, and he's just like so fun and such a huge cheerleader and champion of Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh's Black culture and Black excellence. So I know that this party, this brunch, this opportunity to celebrate is going to be a good one. Also think we should shout out the concert that they do at the Kelly Strayhorn Theater. They've been doing this for years and years. I think it's 19th annual at this point. That's over in East Liberty. I've been before. It's really moving. It's just like a lot of nice music. It's pay what you can. They usually do like a can food drive or something like it, but it's not a huge time commitment. I can't recommend that enough if you want to like feel big feelings on MLK Day.
Yeah, I've heard really great things about that event too.
And, a lot of local organizations kind of will do a day of service on MLK Day, again, recognizing that a lot of people are going to be off work and off of school. So if there's an organization, a nonprofit whose work you really love that you want to support, check out and see if they're doing any kind of day of service in honor of MLK Day.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, talking about like community opportunities, like one I saw was like with the Pittsburgh Glass Center, they're doing like hands-on activities and glass blowing demonstrations. I mean, again, I think so much of this is because like you have a captive audience and children that may not have childcare that day. So it's really great that a lot of these nonprofits and whatnot like will step up and give you a thing to do with your kid while you may also have to work,
That does sound really fun. Another event that I think looks really cool is this book talk / drag show that our friends at Kuberg are putting on. So this is also at the Kelly Strayhorn, and there's going to be a conversation with a photographer, Ava Grace, and Lydia B. Collins. She is a local drag queen, was on season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and also season 10 of All Stars. So very much is having her moment. So they're talking about their book that they did together. It's called Lydia, Lydia, Lydia. So it's part memoir and part photography book full of some of Lydia's looks. There's also like meet and greet VIP tickets available. So that sounds super fun. I also think it's so smart that she's doing this like book of looks while, she's having her moment. I feel like it'd be a very fun thing to have on your coffee table.
I also wonder how long has this been in the works, because I mean, putting those looks together, they're so intricate and involved and detailed. Like, I bet some of this goes back a while, and like what kismet, for Lydia that it's like happening right now.
Yes, very good timing. And if you want to see all of this in person, this is happening on January 24th.
Mallory, what about you? You want to round us out?
Sure. So if you are a fan of Top Chef like I am, this might be for you. On Monday, January 26th, Padma Lakshmi is going to be at the Carnegie Music Hall in Oakland as part of the Pittsburgh Arts and Lecture Series. So she has a new cookbook. It's either out now or it's about to come out that's based on her show Taste the Nation. So she's going to be talking about that. She's going to be doing a book signing after the lecture. I saw that the Arts and Lecture site encourages you to purchase it specifically from White Whale, which is a bookshop that we always want to shout out and support on this show. It's over in Bloomfield.
And they have such fast shipping too. Like if you're ever tempted to go to Amazon because you're like, well, they move things and I need it fast, try White Whale. Like I've been shocked how quickly they can get me a book, and not to pick up, for delivery. It's incredible.
Yeah. So if you, still need your Padma fix after she officially, left the show, props to the new host. She's doing a great job. But if you want to see Padma in person, go check this out and just take a look at the other upcoming talks as part of the Pittsburgh Arts and Lectures series, because they always bring in great, interesting folks.
They do. And also, you don't have to be there in person. They also have a virtual option. They started doing that during the pandemic, and it's great. Like, this is a Monday night show, and I'm like, I don't know if I have going to Oakland on my bingo card for that. However, I absolutely have listening to Padma talk on my couch that night. That sounds great to me. So you can get a virtual ticket. And then you have, I think, up to a week to watch it. So you don't even have to do it right then. It can be like on-demand content. That means she can't sign your cookbook later, but you get to see the show. And that part is nice.
Great pro tip.
That is all for today here on CityCast Pittsburgh. If you want to get more of our tips, our recommendations, and some suggestions for events in advance, you can become a member of CityCast Pittsburgh. We send out an email every Monday, so our members get the first look at every cool thing we think is worth checking out. You can do that at membership.citycast.fm. We will be back on Monday with more news from around the city. We'll talk to you soon.
I went through all the trouble of ordering a banjo off of Etsy. You might as well put it to use.
On Etsy?
Etsy?
Oh,
I didn't know you could get instruments on Etsy.
I meant to say eBay.